Hello there everybody, Sam'sTrains here, welcome back to the railway and welcome to the last video of 2017. I absolutely can't believe that it's been a whole year since I made this video, but it has. But that's alright, it's kind of scary, but it's been a fantastic year. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. There's not going to be very much train action today. I'm going to run one train, so you get a little bit of running if that's what you're here for. But that's not really the purpose of today's video. Today's video is just, well, primarily it's to thank you guys, and I'll talk about that in a second. So it's to thank you guys. I'm also going to talk a little bit about what I'm going to do next year. Nothing drastic, but I wanted to talk about it nonetheless. And finally, it's just going to be wrapping the year up and, you know, just talking about what's happened and once again, just sort of having a little bit of a nostalgic moment. So I've got a bit of paper. I'm not going to be reading off the paper, but it's just there in case I forget something, so I don't want to forget anything. So it's been a fantastic year, and that's what I wanted to say. It's only been fantastic because of you guys, and I always say this, but it is truly down to you. Obviously, without you guys coming to watch, all this channel would be frankly a pretty sad person just uploading pictures and videos and such of their trains, and there's nothing particularly impressive or special or out of the ordinary about that. So if this channel is anything more than just sadness, it's because of you guys. So thank you all very much for that. And so I thought I would share some stats with you about the channel this year, because it's something that I'm so proud of, and I always say it's not something that I've built, it's something that we have built. So I'm going to say we in this video because, you know, it's not me, it's me and you guys. So last year in 2016 I put up 117 videos, I think was the total. Quite a lot of videos, of course, but this year I've made several more than that. I think it was about 165 this year, which is of course quite a lot of videos, and it takes some real dedication from, you know, on the part of you guys to keep coming back and watching just that many videos. So thank you to all of those who did. Of course, I've started doing much more regular Monday specials this year, in fact every week, and I just started doing live streams, of course, in November and December, so I guess that's probably why the total is so high. I've had over 40,000 comments this year, which is pretty insane, and I've answered all of them, which is an awful lot. I don't know how many thousand words that is, but it's probably well over, you know, 200,000 words or something like that, so that's a lot of typing. I hope my hands are going to survive that in the years to come. Almost 50,000 likes, which is pretty good. I don't know how many dislikes, but it's certainly nowhere near that. It's something like 1% dislike ratio, which is really nice. And of course this year I've gained well over 10,000 subscribers, so if you're one of the people that has just subscribed this year, welcome and thank you. Of course, I really hope you enjoy the channel as much as I enjoy the channel. You know, this is my baby and this is what I love to do, so thank you all. Hope everybody enjoys it, and of course if you've been subscribed for a year or 2 years or whatever, thank you for your continued support. It really does mean a lot, and I'm not just saying that. Everybody says that, but it really is true, absolutely true. So last year then, I didn't quite hit 1 million views. I think it was about 800,000 views in total last year, which is an awful lot, of course, but this year I've beaten it massively, or we, as I should say, we have beaten it, with well over 5 million views, which is incredible. Of course, it's not incredible for some YouTubers who make much more mainstream content, but of course trains is a very niche thing, and so for me and you guys to reach 5 million views in just a year, and that's not in total, that's just over the year, is pretty incredible. So again, I'm going to sound like a broken record as I always do, but thank you, you know, truly thank you, that's amazing. And of course, yeah, as I say, all of these stats are beyond my control. All I do is just put the videos up, so any of these stats are all down to you guys, you know, it's nothing to do with me. So I just thought I better tell you that and let you know how grateful I am. So that's all down to you guys, as I say. 50 plus hours of videos this year, which is pretty insane. I mean, you couldn't watch all of my videos from this year in a whole day, 24 hours flat. In fact, 2 whole days it would take you, more or less. And again, that takes some real dedication to watch, and I know there are a couple of people out there who have watched all of those, so thank you for spending 2 entire days of your year to watch silly old me play with trains. But again, that's incredible. Even that in itself is incredible, that I know some of you have done that, so thank you, that's so nice of you. And whether you've watched just one video this year, of course, or whether you've watched all, what was it, 165 of them, I can't thank you enough, so thanks very much for that. So the Wall of Fame, here's a little shot of the Wall of Fame. It's grown hugely. I'll try and get a little clip of what the Wall of Fame looked like last year, because it's just grown massively. So to everybody who sent in a photo to the Wall of Fame, thank you so much. Of course, I can still take photos for the Wall of Fame while my printer survives, of course. I'll have to get some more toner soon, actually. So if you've got something you want to send in, make sure it's your own photo, make sure you took it yourself, and you can email it to samstrains@outlook.com, and I would be very happy to put that up on the Wall of Fame for you, and you might just catch it in a video if I point the camera slightly up, because they're starting to fill up towards the ceiling now, but that's great. We've got a lot of walls in this room, let's fill them all, shall we? So I have got a few shout outs, and once upon a time at the end of the year I would shout everybody out that gave me a comment, but of course I've had 40,000 comments this year, so there's no way to do that. But if I don't read your name out, that does not mean I'm not thankful to you. These are just the people who asked me for a shout out, and at the point they asked I'd finished filming all the videos for this year, so I've had to put them down for this. But it's just a few names. As I say, if you're not on the list, that does not mean that I'm not thankful to you, because I truly am, but of course I just can't read everybody out. So first of all, I'm going to start with the people who sent me super chats during the live stream, and these are people who I really have to thank for the support, because you know they've donated funds to try and keep this channel alive, which they are doing. So thank you to these guys. So these are all people who have donated during the super chats during the live stream. So it's Jake Darling, Steam of the Steam Train, Michael Aldred, Ugly Duckman, Redshirt 214, Andrew Keeley, War Hero, Sam Davies, Matthew Harris, Mark Dukes, Stig Diggs, Hitman Delta Games, and UFG 2036. Now I have to admit, I'm filming this video before I've filmed the final stream, so if you donated in the final stream for the first time, I won't have known about that yet, so just watch that stream and I'll be thanking you massively in there. Now there's also a few people, as I said, who asked for shout out, so these are those people. So we've got Justina Jones, Edmund Fitz, Freddy 2.0, I didn't know, was there a Freddy 1.0? Maybe. Justice Reigns from I don't know. Thomas McIntosh, Train Guide Locomotive, FoxyFan55, Actual Bolt 22, Y. Esvelia Munoz. I'm sorry about the pronunciation of that. Almost certainly that one was wrong. Ben Plays 2004, Henry Fan 375, MT 4472, Ellen ER, YS Velia Munoz. Got you already. Okay, you get two this time. Well done. Phil's daughter Ava. So hello Ava. I know Phil asked me for that one. So hello Ava. Sorry it's taken so long, but hello and thank you for all your support. Solomon, Al66 Class 59, and Sewing Man 1. So those are the people who asked for a shout out. And of course there are 1,000 other people, well 15,000 other people that deserve shout outs from me, but of course I haven't got time, and you guys would just probably get very bored very quickly if I tried to do all that, and I would lose my voice for New Year, which wouldn't be too great. So as I say, yeah, there's only a tiny number of people mentioned there, but you know, everybody really deserves that anyway. So let's talk about some updates from next year then. You're looking at me on a new camera right now, but it's not operating at its full potential yet. I'm going to be upgrading to 60 frames per second as of next year, and that's quite a big job, because not only have you got to film in 60 frames per second, but you've got to update all of your assets and all the intros and outros, and you know, everything, all the graphics have got to be upgraded to 60 frames per second, and then of course it takes a bit longer to render and upload too, so that's coming, and hopefully in January we'll start seeing some 60 frames per second videos, which should be good. What else have I got? Oh yes, I've got a new rating system coming up. So, you know, I've got my rankings, it's sort of detail, performance, character and all that. Well, I'm getting rid of the character category, because it's a little bit vague. Sometimes it means accuracy, sometimes it means how much I like it, sometimes it means how complex delivery is. It's a very elastic one, and I don't think it's very absolute, let's say. So I'm getting rid of that, and instead I'm going to add slow speed and power instead of performance. And yeah, it's just going to be out of 5 rather than out of 10. So instead of me trying to explain it, here it is. This is what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, that's what it's going to be. I'm also going to separate them into vintage and contemporary rankings, because it's sort of like trying to compare two very different things. If I put a Triang engine next to a modern Hornby engine, they're just completely different, of course, so I don't want to be doing that anymore. So I'm going to have 2 separate rankings. I don't know when the cutoff is going to be, but I'm thinking around 1995. So if it's after 1995 when the model was produced, then it's going to go into the contemporary rankings. And if it was before 1995, which covers mainline and Triang and all that, then it will go into the vintage ranking, and that way we're not trying to compare different things. There's going to be a bit of play in that, because of course sometimes you've got a lot older engines produced in modern times, and they were designed before 1995 and released after, so it's a bit confusing, but we're going to just sort of go with the flow with that and do what feels right. I've got a few more surprises as well coming. There's certain locos that have been massively requested this year, and I've not gotten round to them, but I have got most of those now, so hopefully in January and February and the months following that, you will be able to see some of the locos that people have been asking for, so that should be great. And now, finally, I'm sure there's more stuff I wanted to say, but I'm dragging on now. So finally, I'm going to start with the last train of the year. Now, what I always do is, and this is a bit weird and it's a bit sad, but I'll do it anyway. I always run the last train as the year, and I'll make it the same as the first train of the year. So my first review of 2017 was the B12, the new Hornby B12, and it ran with 7 LNER coaches. So as the last train of the year, I'm going to do the exact same thing. So here it is, the beautiful Hornby B12, the last train of the year. So there she is then, the lovely Hornby B12, and I've actually just finished a few days ago servicing this one, and I've got to admit the mechanism inside this one is so nicely designed. It's just a beauty, so easy to access and so convenient to service, and the D16 was the same. Absolutely superb. So here she goes then, the last train of the year with 6 very beautiful LNER coaches. So I'll just do a couple of laps for you, just so that we can say I did run a train. Okay. One last look at the layout in its Christmassy state then. It did actually stop on Gordon's Hill, so yeah, figure that one out. Because she didn't, obviously, when I did this the first time, so bizarre. And I thoroughly cleaned all of the track quite recently, so I don't think it's due to dirty track, but maybe the coaches could do with a dab of oil. Anyway, I don't like seeing this, so we'll just help her by. Little bit of a cock up for the final video of the year. Such is life, never mind. Got the ugly tank engine out again just to say hello. He's loving the limelight, by the way, so thank you for all the support with him. Bless him. Well, we know she's going to stop at the top, so we'll call it a day when she does, shall we? And then I've got a couple more updates for you, and then I'll say my goodbyes. Okay, back to me then. So that's it then, that's the last video of 2017 from me, and I agree it's going to be a little bit dull, and I'm sorry to you if you've had to sit through it. But if you did sit through it, thank you very much, and if you didn't sit through it and you're not hearing this, just thank you. So pass the message on, you guys that are still watching. Thank you, I've got to say that. And yeah, I don't know how to express it, but you know, I'll keep doing these giveaways, I'll keep giving shout outs, because I really do want to show my appreciation, and it can be difficult at some points, and especially now that there's more than 15,000 of you, it's very difficult. But that doesn't mean I won't try, and I will always try. So with that, I hope you've all had a lovely Christmas, and I hope you all have a fantastic New Year as well. I'm sure I will do. I'm filming this a little bit in advance, obviously, because I don't want to have to scramble to get this video made a few hours before it's got to go out. But I hope you all have a fantastic end of year. You know, only a couple of days to go now, and I hope, you know, I wish you all good luck in 2018. And I'm going for a little bit of a break. No videos from me now until sort of mid-January, and I always do that. It's not, I mean, I call it a break, but it's not really a break. There's a lot to be done up here. I've got to clean the room. It gets a little bit dusty as time goes by, so I need a few weeks where I'm not making videos. Well, a week really, so that I can just gut the place and completely clean it. I've got the track work to test. I'm going to test every single fish plate, make sure everything's working perfectly, because I can't afford for things to stop working while I'm filming. I've got engines to service. I've got to get some stuff ready for next year. I've got to get some new engines to review. I've got to get my engines, my existing engines serviced. Got to get everything sorted out, and I've got to start filming for next year. So I say it's a break. It's not really. It's actually a lot of hard work, but it's going to be a couple of weeks without videos. So I'm going to miss you, and I don't know if you'll miss me, but I hope so. And I'll be back sort of mid-January. I don't know the date exactly, but I'll put up a trailer or something before that. So I'll see you all very soon. Keep safe. Enjoy the first couple of weeks in 2018, and I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for all the support, folks. Once again, I do appreciate it, and I don't know how to convey how much I appreciate it, but believe me, I do. So thanks, folks. Hope you all have a lovely new year, and I'm going to cut this off now. Alright, cheers everybody. See you soon.